Erica would like us to believe that the case in Chicago was dismissed and that's the end of that, but that's not the case. Whenever a case is dismissed without prejudice, that means that the attorney can refile the case in another jurisdiction or the same one. So that case has not gone anywhere. Erica can spread that okie doke if she wants to, but the point is this: there are real victims in this case. They're not a fragment of anyone's imagination. People died in that line air accident, and their spouses, their daughters, their children, their mothers and fathers have lost someone. That person is not there anymore. And some of those people who died were the providers of their families. So Erica talking the way she does, like as if the victims are maybe trying to get over or they don't exist. That's not the case. Welcome to Cliff Alerts. Today we'll be talking about The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, Episode 18. And Carl and Renner talking about Erica's behavior the night before when she implied that there may not be any victims in the Lion Air accident and the alleged fraud cases that manifested because Giraldi used the settlement money to pay for his lifestyle and her alleged lifestyle. All these things are alleged. Carl is saying that she had no right talking about the victims like that, and that she basically was surprised at Erica's response. Carl was trying to prevent her from talking about the victims. Renner implied that she too told Erica that she needed to stop talking about the victims in that kind of disparaging way, and Erica's response was they talked kindly and she empathized with them 9 months ago. So we gotta be grateful for that. We gotta be grateful for that. Yeah. Garcelle, Crystal, Cherie, and Sutton talking the morning after, and there Crystal is saying people are trying to really help her rather than how Erica feels like she's being attacked. And Garcelle pointed out that Carl was trying to help her by shutting her down and stopping her from saying what she was saying, but she clearly did not hear that. And then Crystal said that she was basically off the rails. And that is absolutely true. We come to find out that Erica, after the argument, went back to Carl's house, packed up her ish, along with the help of Dorit and possibly Madame, and they all went over to, according to Carl, and went over to Jenkins' spot where she got a room. And to hear it from Jenkins said that both ladies were, Dorit described both she and Erica as refugees, and that Jenkins was giving them a safe space. It just made you feel like you were in the Twilight Zone. Jenkins providing a safe space for Dorit and Erica. So what I found interesting about this episode is the rank and power even among the mean girls. Jenkins claimed Erica. She claimed Dorit because Dorit is the weakest of the bunch. And she also claimed Renner because Renner is the one who brought Jenkins into this whole franchise situation. And Carl, I imagine, was stunned that she was left out in the cold. Because if Dorit can align herself with those set of ladies, more than likely Diana, because she got more money and probably influence and influential friends, then Carl is really out on her own because she doesn't have an alliance with her sister. She and Kathy look estranged from each other. They don't seem like they have a really supportive relationship. And now Carl is out on her own. So it was just interesting to watch that power dynamic, even among the mean girls, and how they will be mean even to each other. So the ladies gather, they meet up at a cafe, they have their breakfast. Carl told the ladies that Erica packed up in the middle of the night and got out of her place, and she believes that Dorit and Diana helped Erica pack because she got out of her house quickly and that she was stunned. It was a clutchy pearls moment for her, and she was hurt by it. So now Erica, Dorit, and Dorit are with Diana at the hotel. So because Carl likes to play she's the superstar, she's the smartest one in the room, but now Jenkins has come along and it seemed like she wants that position, and in essence basically has taken that position from her. So you see Carl melting down. She feels betrayed, she feels disrespected, and it's just interesting to see because last week Carl went in her confessional and said that she was glad that Jenkins was able to speak her truth, and she respects that. And they're among a couple of ladies who get their feelings hurt, but it's all about speaking your truth. So why is Carl upset? I don't get it. Is it one, does she categorize who gets to speak their truth and who does not? Well, your girls, your road dogs are talking ish, and they're doing it now against you. So how does it feel, baby girl? How does it feel? This is the group that you align yourself with. These are the women that you defend constantly. You defend them even more than you defend your sister. So what's the issue? Why are you crying? Why are you shedding a tear? I don't get it. Somebody let me know what's going on here because I don't get Carl and why she's so upset. She's actually melting in this episode. So they go to Kimosabe, and Kimosabe is a high-end store in Colorado. They make great leather goods and they specialize in hats. And evidently, Carl rented out the private space for the ladies to get custom hats and with their names and initials on it. She says she goes to the store often and it feels like a rite of passage. She's been planning this event, and now only the ladies at the rental showed up. The mean girls are not there, so she's worried. The only one that's there is Renner. And the first thing Renner does is to order somebody else tequila and not the one that Kathy is trying to push. And that annoyed Kathy to no end, so much so that she said she clapped back at Carl, and then she told the bartender to push her drink, her signature brand, and then she headed out the spot. So oh my God. The ladies, Carl now is wondering, like, where these women are at. And they first they went shopping at a high-end store. They saw the ladies, I imagine, going to the hat store, and they locked the door of the store, and when the salesperson said, well, should I open the door, they all said no, and that was Dorit, Jenkins, and Erica. Now, I don't know if you noticed it, but something happened. Jenkins was in a store. I'm not sure if that's why they locked the door so the commoners could not get in, but Jenkins was actually sitting in a store. And I didn't see her heaving. I didn't see any allergies manifesting itself. I didn't see her breathing hard or, sniffling or her eyes swelling. Didn't she say she was allergic to stores? My God, she has been healed. God is good and we thank you, Lord Jesus, for Jenkins' miraculous recovery. I just noticed that and needed to point it out because I'm here for it. I'm always here for a miracle. Anywho, Erica told Diane that she needs to go over to a jewelry store and purchase some jewelry. Jenkins noted that she tends to buy investment pieces, and Erica mentioned that she had on the $750,000 diamond earrings, which are now worth, as she said, over $1 million. And Dorit commented in her confessionals that it takes a certain kind of person to be wearing diamonds that are now in question. And as we speak right now, it has been alleged that the receiver of the bankruptcy are now in possession of those diamond earrings, which I guess they're going to auction off. But it serves as a lesson to all of us who are watching this sort of rags, riches to riches situation that is going on with Erica, because trust and believe, she's not broke. You may think she is, but she's not. And it's her mindset, the way she thinks, the way she believes, the way she fights to stay in that class that she was once in when she and her husband were rolling in millions and millions of dollars, which it's now alleged that was taken from clients' accounts. Eventually they found a restaurant and they went in, ordered drinks and food, and was sitting down. So at this point, Carl is wondering where her friends are. She knows Erica is not coming because she's upset. She tried to reach them all day and no one is responding. So Dorit calls her to let her know that, one, she's not coming, two, she wants to support Erica because Erica was so upset the morning of, and that she was going to hang out with those three ladies. Carl said, well, if you don't come through, you hurt my feelings. This was planned for a long time. I made sure I got the private room, and I don't treat you like that, so you need to come through. And then she hung up the phone. That tells us immediately that Dorit is not on the the upper scale of the mean girls. She's not number one, she's not number two, she's not number three, and it's iffy at best if she's number four. Anyone can squeeze in there and take a spot. If Carl, of course, starts crying, she said she usually is in support of these ladies, and she's disappointed that she planned something for them and no one showed up. She's discounting the presence of the ladies in the rental, but that's not her girls. Her girls are Rena, Erica, Dorit, and Jenkins. So only one of the five showed up, and only one of the five, only Rena has shown up, and then Rena volunteers to go find the ladies, and Bravo would like to make us believe that Rena was just trotting through the area looking in every restaurant to find the ladies when there's something called a cell phone and people actually filming on site to let her know exactly where they are. So I don't know why they included this element that Rena went looking for them, because there's a production crew on site where the ladies are. So how much looking do you possibly think she did? But when she hooks up with the ladies, Erica tells her that nonsense about the case has been dismissed without prejudice. And like I said, any case dismissed without prejudice means that the attorney can refile the matter. So I'm not quite sure why she's celebrating. So they are at the restaurant eating pizza. It looks like Renee is now joining them having drinks, and Renee tells them that they need to come back with the group because they have an evening engagement at another restaurant, so they need to pull it together and rejoin the group. You see, Dory comes through. Carl told her she don't give a muck, that she hurt her feelings, and they started squawking at each other. Renna came up and tried to be a peacemaker, but that wasn't helping. Then Maurice stepped in and said, "Hey, you guys have been good friends. I know you guys love each other. You need to squash this." Cut to the other ladies in the rental getting ready to go out. They meet up, the entire cast now meets up at this restaurant. And Carl goes to Erica and they talk about that. And Carl told Erica that all she was saying is not to talk about the survivors, the victims in that way, that it was no good look. Erica still says, maintain what she's saying, at least she's consistent. She don't give a rat's ass about the victims. That the case was dismissed. People should be happy for her and not try to accuse her of anything. And of course they hug it up. And Garcelle notes that, they had a disagreement and was able to squash it in less than 2 minutes. Sutton had a disagreement with Erica since 2002, and she still hasn't squashed it. The upset between Sutton and Erica has been so long, and they drag it out so much. It feels like it's been 20 years. So, of course, Crystal was disrespected by Erica. Crystal was the main one that Erica was screaming at when she tried to defend herself that night at the rental. And Crystal, checks Erica. "Why were you screaming at me, And then, Erica, you know how she is brass and she could be abrasive and abusive. she starts talking ish to Crystal. So at one point, Crystal and Dorit are playing pool, and Dorit implies that she doesn't know the full scale of what's going on, and neither does Crystal. And Crystal told her the main crux of the situation. It's not that she needs to know everything, but she has a moral compass that she operates in. And the stuff that Erica is doing and saying is foul. And because she has a moral compass, that thing, the alarm on that thing is just going off in her head. So that's why she gotta say something. So I was glad that Crystal was able to say that to her, because sometimes it seemed like Dorit is just, she's just empty. All she does is put on designer wear and look good and what have you, but she comes across to me as if she's absolutely empty. So that's all I have. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you for hitting that notification button. Blessings to you and yours. Be safe, be well, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.